Greetings, everyone. It is alleged that the chairman of the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation has disappeared with the people's money. We've heard a number of people contacting us claiming that they contributed monies to the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation and their leader has suddenly disappeared with the money. You will know that the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation is one of the organizations that took the South African government to court over its refusal to extend the Zimbabwe exemption permits or not to continue with the Zimbabwe exemption permits. We had warned that we didn't think that taking the legal route by us Zimbabweans was the right thing to do. This is why, as the Zimbabwe community in South Africa, we did not participate in the court process. We said that if South Africans, in this case, which was Helen Suzman Foundation, think that they needed to, Helen Suzman Foundation and others, they needed to take government to court. We said they are South Africans, they should do so, not meaning that Zimbabweans do not have a right, but we thought it was not proper to do so. But of course, our warning fell on deaf ears. You will know that another grouping, which was represented by Advocate Simba Chitando, made announcements before the November announcement by the South African cabinet that it was going to discontinue the Zimbabwe exemption permits, when it threatened to go to court saying the South African government must issue permanent residence to holders of Zimbabwe exemption permits. Again, we said it was not the correct route. In trying to negotiate with the South African government over permanent residence through a legal process. We said that was wrong because from the word go, that is from 2002, when we started to negotiate for the documentation of Zimbabweans, we did not go through the legal process. We were to meet officials, government officials and alliance partners to explain our situation and appeal to their conscience to document the Zimbabweans in South Africa. Ngesindebele kuthiwa inkomo ingavela ungawuzingela ubamba inyamazana bakhona labana ompathi letha ngosele. In other words, when you are hunting and it's not clear whether you are going to be successful, when you are hunting, few people participate. But when you have killed the animal, everyone wants to be part of the meat eating. And this is basically what has happened with the Zimbabwe exemption permits. People that are beneficiary of our negotiations then later on portrayed themselves as the real leaders of holders of Zimbabwe exemption permits and Zimbabweans in South Africa. It is now alleged that contributions were made. But let me underline this, that we did meet with Comrade Luke Zwiti, the chairman of the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation, in the early days. He had come to ask us to be part of the court process. We did explain to him that our position has not changed. We will not go to court. If South African government sticks to its position, and we said there is nothing much we can do, but we now all agree that things have changed based on the negotiations. Things have basically changed from the initial announcement on the 25th of November 2021 to what is currently obtaining. Things have drastically changed. This is the result of the negotiations that has been going on. This is why today holders of the Zimbabwe exemption permits are still in the Republic of South Africa. And those that feel they want to go back are here up to November 2025. So from the date the announcement was made in 2021, people will stay for further 4 years in South Africa to plan for their future. Those that are not qualified to apply for any of the visas provided are being assisted through the waiver system, which we have been explaining in this platform. But you will know that when the announcement was made, those that applied for waivers in 2021 and early 2022, they were rejected because they could not meet the requirements. But through negotiations, the minister says is signing thousands of waivers, whether on daily or weekly basis, right? So it's a product of negotiations. So those that were not there from the word go have taken it upon themselves to portray themselves as leaders of Zimbabweans. So it is said that we learn that people then put in their monies disappeared. But the point that I was making was that when we met with the chairman of the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation, we asked about the donations that the people are making. And the question was, if Helen Suzman Foundation is funded to take government to court, why should holders of ZEP make contributions towards a legal cost, which was a parallel process in our view? We were told that the money is being deposited into the lawyer's bank account. What we are being told now is that because people had gained confidence in the leadership of the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation, then an investment plan was put in place. People then were asked to make donations to buy land in South Africa, properties and so forth. But it is this money that then we were told it disappeared. We do not have figures. Some will say about R1 million disappeared. Some will say it's less, some will say it's more. We've been talking to others who have lost about 50,000, 80,000 rands through this investment, and some people have not sent their kids to school because they were hoping that they were going to be paid. We remember that in early January, when this rumor started circulating, someone sent a message to us. This person was now considering taking his own life because he has lost investments, lost the money. He was now stuck in Zim, couldn't come back to South Africa. I don't know whether he finally came back. So it's quite a worry. And we're making this warning once again that we should not just follow individuals that we do not know in the name of being anti the South African government. It's easy for anyone to stand up and be anti-South African government over its decision to discontinue with the ZEP or not to grant permanent residence, and the people ask you to make contributions. In the process you lose money. So as I conclude, the Zimbabwe community in South Africa has no relationship with those that have been taking people's money who are alleged to have disappeared with the money. We have no relationship with the Zimbabwe Immigration Federation. So we remain doing what we are mandated to do, to assist those that should be documented in line with the decisions of the South African government. Please write your comment in the comment section, like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you're on TikTok, please do follow us. Otherwise, have a great day. Goodbye.